Hi there, I'm Granny, and we're talking about domestic violence. Last week I spoke to you about different types of domestic violence. This week I'm talking about what victims can do when they feel trapped and unsure. Okay, number one, start by trusting your feelings. If you feel something's wrong, or that you're controlled, or that you're scared, even if it's not physical, it matters. You don't need proof to seek help. Your discomfort is enough to warrant you phoning someone. And the first number, or one number out there that can help, is 1-800 RESPECT. It's a government organisation that is operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, they may not be a counsellor at the other end, but they will put you on to the appropriate person. They have the resources, and there are so many businesses out there that can help. Government resources. Your councils have stuff on their website for domestic violence or dangerous situations, and you'll find government in each state has different services to offer as well. And then you've got things like Lifeline. Okay, if you need counselling there and then, Lifeline is also another service out there. So first, trust your feelings. The second thing you need to do is name what's happening. How can you solve a problem that doesn't exist? You need to understand that this is abuse, and to do that you need to understand the signs and the symptoms, whether it's emotional, financial, psychological, physical or sexual. You need to understand what sort of abuse and that you're in an abusive situation. The next thing you're going to do is start journaling. In other words, you're writing down what's happening. You're keeping a record of what's happening. I'll give you an example. Just say you've got a little book that you're writing in. 12th of January 25. George is going through my phone, quizzing me on who these people are. Well, number one, that's an invasion of privacy. And number two, that's pretty controlling behaviour. And then you might have another entry that's like the 14th of August 25. He yelled at me for not grabbing my son while he was getting out of the car. My partner was closest to my son, and my son fell. And then my husband blamed me while my son was crying. That shows an escalation. But that's the sort of stuff you're writing down. That's journaling. Some of that, look, journaling is actually quite important. There's a few things you need to know about it. Journaling helps you recognise patterns, and it helps you identify reoccurring behaviours and escalations, okay? So you can write these down. You can see how it's getting more dodgy, okay? It also helps validate. For as long as you're writing down, look, if he's gaslighting you, he's saying, oh, look, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. You're being an idiot. Well, that's not the case. If he's doing that, you're starting to doubt your own reality, okay? By you writing it down, you have it as a real thing and a consistent thing. You can physically see what he's doing. He's taking a smile off your face all the time. That is not a good sign, okay? So you've got something there to validate. It can be an emotional release. When you're writing, he's not around. I'll be very surprised if it's hurtful that you haven't got tears flowing. If that's the case, let them out. It's like a physical wound. It will not heal until you get the rubbish out of it. You need to cry. Let it out. It's not going to solve your problem, but it will take a little bit of pressure off from the stuff that you've been suppressing, probably for a very long time. Safety planning. You're going to get to the point where situations, if they're really bad, you'll be able to identify triggers and high-risk situations. So you'll be able to aid in your preparation and your precautions. Okay, he's phoned you up earlier today. He's had a huge fight with the boss, so he's pretty pissed at work. And then he's gone to the pub, so he's coming home half drunk. You know he's volatile in that situation. So get the kids fed early, give them a few books, get them to read to each other, get them to do some colouring and have a competition. Just ask them to be quiet tonight. Daddy's going to be upset and you don't want to see them get upset. You've got that under control. You've cooked him dinner, nice dinner sitting on the table, and then he walks in the door. Don't say anything too much. You're learning to identify when he's at the highest risk, and you're learning how to de-escalate it. Now, that's not the situation you want to live in for the rest of your life, I can assure you. But you're getting through one day less traumatised than some of these days. And you've done that because of your journaling. It's also given you evidence. If things get that bad that he needs to leave, the police cart him away, and you take out an AVO against him, for you to get that legal document, you need evidence to prove it. You've got a journal full of evidence. You've got dates and what happened and who was involved. Okay? Memory aid. You're probably not aware of it for as long as you're in domestic violence and you're in trauma. Your memory is gone out the window. Okay, for want of a better way to put it, your memory will be shot. Look, I don't know about you, but when I've been in a really bad situation, my hands are shaking, my whole body's shaking. So your memory is just trying to dodge around survival for that day. Oh my God, he's coming. Where are the kids? Oh my God, he's about to lose it. What are we going to do? You know, you can't rely on it. But don't think that you're getting dementia because your memory's going. Don't think that you're losing your mind because your memory's going. That's part and parcel with stress and trauma, okay? You get out of that situation, it will improve slightly, bit by bit. It takes time. Okay, writing down can be a little bit more empowering and it can be used as a healing tool as well. You're going to build your confidence by reclaiming the narrative in your voice. You're starting to take control. One, you've identified what the problem is. Two, you've made a phone call to help you identify it. And you've got ongoing counselling. So you've got someone to help make sense of this rubbish that's going on in your head from everything that's happened. You're getting it off your chest. You're helping to heal that wound. Okay? Wounds. So it's helping in that sense, but it's also giving you a record. You're tracking your progress. It shows your resilience, and you're going to document your wins. Like making that first phone call and starting to record all this is a positive place as opposed to where you were a week ago when you're in the middle of it and you're surviving. Okay, so journaling, it's a really big thing. Take the time to talk to someone, and I know this can be very hard for some people. And I explained that last week. A trusted friend, a family member, a doctor, or a counsellor. And there's going to be times when you link up with a counsellor. That person's not the right person for you. Don't feel like you failed and don't feel like you're not getting anywhere. Go find another counsellor. Someone you can relate to better. Okay? It can make a huge difference. I have over the years to help me because as much as I'm out of that situation, there have been times when I have still been volatile to getting into depression. My past followed me for quite some time. So every time I moved, I linked up with a new counsellor, a new psychologist, someone to help me come up with plans to deal with these emotions and plans to work out why I think the way I do. So I was able to work out a lot of stuff and overcome it. Okay, so talking to someone, that's always going to help. You don't have to say I'm being abused. You just have to tell them what's happening so they can see what's going on. And if you're trapped in an abusive situation and you're just not sure what's happening, you can feel isolated, you can feel confused, you can feel hopeless. If you don't realise you're in domestic violence, he's home with you, he's isolated you from everyone around. You haven't got someone to throw ideas at. You're just sad all the time and you're just like walking on eggshells because he's there. You don't know what's going to happen the next time. Okay. These are the first steps you're going to take if you're unsure or if you're afraid. Like I said, if you can't identify there's a problem, how can you fix it? You need to identify what's going on first. Okay. As I've said, you're going to trust your feelings. You're going to phone someone if you can get yourself that far. And if you can't, give yourself permission. We can't do it today. Don't say we can't do it. We can't do it today. Tomorrow's another day. Name what's happening. Know the symptoms so you can identify it is abuse. Start talking to someone and start journaling. Start writing down what's happening. Get it off your chest, put it on paper. Talk to someone, a friend or a family member, and reach out. And when you finally do reach out to services, this will help you get that little bit stronger because you're going to have someone in your corner. Now, a couple of things I want you to remember that need to add to that list is, one, you need to start being kind to you. Okay, he's been saying horrible things to you to make you go, like when you get frustrated, oh, I'm so stupid. No, you're not stupid. Learn to rephrase your words. I'm not stupid. I made a mistake, as I mentioned before. Another thing you need to do is stop listening to people who are negative. Okay. Oh, God, you're stupid. Did you do that? Oh, how ridiculous. No, stop listening to negative people. They are not the people you want to be around. You want to be kind to yourself? I want you to recognize when you're saying stuff that he's taught you to stop yourself. Don't say I'm stupid, because you're not. You know yourself better than anyone else on the planet. And you're not stupid. You're raising children. You're running a house. You're living in a traumatic situation. You're coping well, considering what you're dealing with. So you're not stupid. I made a mistake. Refrain your words. Stay away from the words he used. They just home in what he's saying. You don't want that. Acknowledge your wins. When you finally are able to make a phone call, you're finally doing a journal. Acknowledge you're moving forward. Eat properly, because you need your brain to function at its best. Change labels. I can't do this. Don't say that. What you're going to say is, I'm learning to do this. I haven't learned how to do it yet, but I'm working on it. Affirmations. This should be something you do daily. I deserve peace. I deserve kindness. And I deserve to be happy. You've been living this rubbish for a long time. That should be something you say daily. And while you're in that destructive place where you are, it may not ring out as true. You keep saying it over time. And with time, it will start ringing in. You will start sounding real. I do deserve peace, and I do deserve happiness. Keep saying it. Do it as a daily thing. Surround yourself with people who make you smile. They're the ones that are good for you. Okay? All right. That's all I'm going to say for today, and that's enough for you guys anyway, I think. I will see you next Sunday, and we'll take this another step further. We'll carry on about some other things you can do. And hopefully I give you a few tools. I am not a psychologist. I am not an expert. I'm an ex-registered nurse, so I know little bits and pieces. But I've lived this, so I know what worked for me, and I'm trying to impart that, I hope, in a positive way that helps you. At the end of the day, you are not alone. I will help you as much as I can. We'll get you through this, because you deserve it. I'll see you next week.